So what's going on, guys? We're just doing some extra bit of content here. We're going to go through some refereeing decisions with Jamal, and he's going to talk us through what the decision was and why it was made. So starting off with the first one. So this was Inter Manresa versus AC Milano.
Yeah, London Sunday Trophy Cup final. Yeah, so a referee there is given a red card for violent conduct. So what that would be seen as an excessive force use of the elbow. Yeah, so that was deemed at the time as an excessive force use of the arm. I don't care what any referee says, any referee would be taking a bit of a risk showing a red card for a challenge like that because not everyone will see it. But player reaction kind of supports the referee's decision there because it wasn't that much of a surprise and was accepted fairly quickly. When a red card isn't accepted, it can take minutes for a game to restart because people are constantly arguing, the player doesn't want to come off, the manager's saying this and that, but it was pretty well accepted. That player in particular needs to be a bit more careful with the use of his arms. Okay, right, moving on to the second one. You might recognise the person who makes the challenge. That's interesting. Oh, right, okay, that's interesting.
So watch it back one more time here. So off the ground, two-footed. Surprising from you, Dimitri. Surprising.
That's interesting. Okay. All right. I'm unclear of the referee's decision there. Obviously, that's a very experienced referee, by the way. I would expect at least a foul to be given there. If I was observing the referee officially, if I was marking that referee, I wouldn't accept anything less than a foul and at least a yellow card. If a referee gives a red card for that, we would have to have a discussion. You deem that as off the ground. I don't. I see that as a single foot challenge. I didn't see the player leave the ground. Doesn't mean he didn't. I didn't see the player leave the ground. I also see him challenge with 1 foot. The studs are showing, however, so that is maybe just about enough criteria for a red card. So if that referee could explain that to me, I could support that referee, but I'm not accepting anything less than a free kick and a yellow card for that challenge.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. So this is Fryan versus Hatch Lane.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so things are a little different. Wow, referee's gone to the back pocket quite quickly. Okay. Yeah, so this challenge is a bit different. So two things are slightly different than the previous challenge. One, there's a bit more of a jump in action. Two, there's a more of an extended foot. And then three, the leg is straight, so therefore it can maximize impact. So I would definitely support the referee on that. If I was speaking to the referee a bit more of a developmental standpoint, I would say to him, the red card came out very quickly. I'm very surprised that you were able to process that amount of information that quickly. The expectation of referees is to make sure the decisions are timely. So not too fast, not too slow, but timely. If you get the red card out too soon, and you couldn't wait to get the red card out, prejudged, you've been on him all game. Yeah. If you take too long to get the red card, oh mate, you weren't even sure, were you? Indecisive, like you've been all game. So you have to try and get that balance right. This situation, I'll definitely say the referees probably got the red card out too soon, but moot point because I think the decision is correct.
Okay. Cool. Go to the next one. I love your impressions, by the way. You've been in the game too long. Right. Yeah. So here we go.
Beckenham Town?
I'm not too sure.
No, it's not Beckenham Town. That's up north somewhere.
So this was the second yellow.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay, so referees.
It's made a decision. Go into the back pocket. There you go, son.
Okay. That's interesting because the thought process is so different. The card process this time is very different. See how the referee's more taking his time. So with this situation now, you definitely would have to say the referee was definitely sure, whereas the referee got the card out so quickly. We're not really supposed to make judgments off of single challenges unless they are as bad as the previous three. This challenge could be deemed as a yellow card challenge. However, because it's the second yellow, he could have gotten a yellow, made another challenge, and the referee said, that's your final one. So we don't know if he's getting a yellow just for that challenge or for what is called persistent offending. But if a referee wants to give a yellow card for that, I would have to question the referee. Why have you given yellow card for that? If the referee comes to me and says, oh, I think that's reckless, I think the challenge was quite late and the leg was quite high, then yes, I would support that referee. If the referee came to me and said, oh yeah, it was a bit late, kind of dangled the leg out, I'm like, well, that's not necessarily a yellow card offence. So, so sorry to say on the fence, but this is a bit more of a 50-50 decision. It's more on how the referee would explain it. However, because the referee is taking his time with the carding process, it leads me to believe that referee is taking his time, he's absorbed all the information, has made a very informed decision.
Okay. This one is from in Wales. Initial foul there, and then the stamp there. And then the referee has no choice. Straight red. Off you go, son.
So this is interesting. See, I actually hate when people say what you just said there, where the referee has no choice. So that's the rule. That's my rule. I hate when people say that. This is definitely the exception. The referee didn't have much of a choice. And the main reason is, for those who isn't clear to, with all those previous clips, we can debate this and that, but there's a bit of a element of those players were trying to play the ball. The ball's dead here. So even with no sound, I can tell the referee's blown the whistle. The ball's no longer in play. Then on top of that, the ball's not even in shot for the player. So the player isn't trying, the offender isn't trying to play the ball, so therefore there's nothing to discuss. Then on top of that, there's an element of force and brutality with the stamp down. So you could have caused serious harm. So therefore, nothing to discuss there, clear of setting off offence.
Cool. And then we've got the final one. You might have seen this one plenty of times before. So London Cup final, Baiteze versus SC Dons. Penalties awarded, much to the objection of half of the crowd, should I say. What's your thoughts on that one?
No, it's pretty clear. No offence is taking place here. A penalty shouldn't have been given. I think people were considering that was a key match decision incorrect in such a high-profile game. I think the crowd and some other people around weren't too harsh on the ref. Harsh, but weren't too harsh. All those referees are well battle tested, they're battle trained. You know, they don't mind harsh treatment when they get something wrong. What we don't like is harsh treatment for getting a throw-in wrong on the halfway line. Yeah. But I mean, anyone who has any football experience should be able to process how that referee got that incorrect. The referee just felt the attacker got there first. The ball went in the direction that the attacker was facing. What you usually want is you want an attacker going this way and a defender going this way. So the geometry would decide. Ball goes this way, you're giving a penalty. Ball goes this way, you're giving a corner. The problem is you got two players kind of running in a similar trajectory, and it looked as if, in the referee's opinion, that the attacker got there first. And in reality, the defender got there first. So it was a difficult situation for the referee. The geometry didn't help out. Then what usually happens is we're trained, a player goes down injured when they've given a foul away. We see that in the Euros. If I elbow you, what do? I don't stand over you, I hold my head as well. Yeah. So you have a player going down injured. Most of us are thinking, he's faking the injury, is definitely a penalty. Not only was he injured, it's a very serious injury. And then because there's 28 cameras at the ground, you can also see that the defender got there first. So yeah, I think it's probably the easier ones out of all of them. The referee made a mistake, is what it is.
Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on all 7 decisions, if they were correct, if you agree or disagree with anything that Jamal or I said. And hopefully do a couple more of these coming up soon. So take care. See you guys all soon. Peace.